Hey, it's Pastor Ryan here. Just want to give you a little midweek encouragement, uplift. God's been great. He's been really good to our church, and He's been really good to our families. God has been amazing. I give God the credit because without God, these things wouldn't be happening. We got 2 people baptized Sunday. God brought 2 people in. I mean, that's a miracle. That is a miracle. In this day and age, for somebody to seek and want to desire a relationship with God is an absolute miracle in this day and time. So many don't take the seriousness to that. But there is a very serious thing when you want to serve God. That's a very important step in your life. Because God is alive. He is real. There is no way to disprove that He's not. We can try all day long to come up with an explanation for things, but the truth is, I know in my personal life, doctors have left astonished. People always leave astonished. They don't understand how things happen. I'm here to tell you, you don't always have to have an answer, my friend, to get the truth. The truth is when you trust God, He reveals the truth to us. You see, we can't do nothing on our own. We think we can. But God works all things out for our good. You say, well, I didn't get this or that and this out of life. Did you put into it what you got out of it? Or did you just give it just a little bit and hope to get more than you received, more than you gave? Because I'm here to tell you, unless you give 110% over to God, you will never experience the 110% that you will receive from God. You see, in order to get from God, you got to give to God. You got to give Him your life. You got to give Him your mind, your body, your soul, your heart. You need to give everything in your life over to God if you ever want to find out how real He is. You see, God doesn't bless over sin, but a lot of times there's people out there in sin that He spares their lives, and they do not have the sense it takes to realize that God had His hand on them. You see, God does work all things out for our good. Whether you want to acknowledge Him, believe in Him or not, God is always working on your behalf. He always is. That's why you have breath today. That's why you have life today. We should be thankful and give praise over to God for who He is and what He does. He does wonderful things in all of our lives, and if we just gave Him the credit that we want to give ourselves, our lives would change into a complete 180, and we would see the real truth as to how real that God really is. You see, little is much when God is in it. We have to give everything over to God if we ever want to experience the hand of God. You want to know where the proof and the evidence lies? Are you giving God everything? Are you really serving Him today? Are you really dedicating your life and giving Him everything you got? Because if you ever need evidence to know that there is a God, give to God and watch Him give to you. You can't outgive Him. He says, you draw near to me, I'll draw near to you. You have to desire a relationship with an earnest heart, a sincere heart, if you ever want to experience these things. I have seen people healed of cancer. Doctors don't have the answer to that. I've seen people healed out of wheelchairs and able to walk. Doctors can't do that. I've seen people healed of all kinds of diseases and sicknesses and tumors. I've seen them walk when they couldn't walk. I've seen them run when they couldn't run. I've seen them hear when they couldn't hear and see when they couldn't see, because that's the kind of God I serve. That's the kind of God I serve. I serve a God who has the answers if you just go to Him for the answer. Man can't give you what God can give you. And we as a body of people and believers and non-believers all need to come together and realize that our help and our hope is only found in the name of the Lord. Now, with this little sermon here, I want you to just be encouraged and realize this, that God has everything under control. But are you giving Him everything that you have so that He can take full control? Today, regardless of who you are or where you're at, realize that you can never go too far away from God's love. He loves you today. He loves you. I'll use an example of my own life. There was a time in my life when I was hooked on alcohol and pills. And I was at rock bottom, and people didn't think I'd ever amount to anything that I was around. They thought I'd just be a joke. I'd be a dead end. They thought I was never going to amount to anything. God has blessed me now. I have a wonderful job. And I told them these things. I said, you will hear me on the radio. You will see me on the internet. I will do something with my life. I've got an email. I'm talking to a guy. I'm going to be on the radio soon. Amen. I've already been on YouTube for the last 4 years. Amen. I have my own church that God blessed me with. Amen. I have a job that I can provide for my family. Amen. I have a roof over my head. I got food on my table. I got shoes on my feet. Amen. Because I gave to God, and God has poured his love on me, and he will do the same to you today if you will just believe in him and know that he is able to do abundantly above all you could ever think or even ask. I pray you're blessed. I pray you're encouraged today. Give God everything so he can bless you in the areas that you need, because only he can do it. God bless.